Hi guys, welcome back to another Donger deck discussion, and this time we are going to go for a deck that if you want to rank up really quickly in the first 3 or 4 days while everyone's trying out new cards, I have a deck that has performed amazingly well in the previous expansion. It has new cards in itself and is absolutely game ending by turn 6. What's this deck? Why is no one else playing it? Well, because the final thing doesn't really have an awful lot going for it until the very end. But the very end, yeah, you can win turn 6. And here's the deck. It's Fearsome Harrowing. Now, aggro has always played a massive part at the start of every single expansion that has ever happened in Legends of Runeterra. At the end of the expansion, the #1 deck in the game was Ash Sage, but closely followed by the Endure Elise Callista combo deck of death. And you would then Atrocity your 12/12 They Who Endure as long as the Nexus was 12 or less and win the game. If you weren't playing against Ionia, you knew you were going to win because they can't will it or deny it. Only Freljord has got the thing to reduce that with a freeze the power through Frostbite. Outside of that, it's an amazing deck. However, it is not going to perform as well in the meta now. There are far too many new cards, far too many new keywords, far too many everythings. This deck is essentially Endure without Endure. And I only have 3 cards that are from Freljord. It is not Fury of the North. Fury of the North, if you haven't read the patch notes, is now a 3/4. That's going to push Ash Sage and the big buff things down half a tier. Added to which the Assessor in Ash Sage, it now costs 5 instead of 4. So the little chips away at Ash Sage are actually quite good. This, however, does not stop this deck from doing what it wants to do. And this is what it wants to do. This is essentially the same deck, except we've added in other little cards to try and make it better. So, Omen Hawk is just fantastic. It grants the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1. It will allow your units to die by killing bigger units than what they were before. That's why it's a 3/of. The Bark Beast goes to a 3/3 once an ally dies if he's on the board, and a Ravenous Butcher can literally kill an ally to turn that straight away to a 3/3. We also have Arachnoid Horror. Now, Ravenous Butcher is free, gives you a 3/2. Arachnoid Horror is also fearsome, costing 2, and this is why the deck is called Fearsome Harrowing. You want your cards with Fearsome to die. And I'll explain why later on. But both of our champions also have Fearsome and Fearsome. So you want Elise to die, you want Callista to die, you want all these sort of things to go. If you can get a leveled up Callista, we are doing so well. So well. So it's like, it's pretty much an allegiance deck. If you Ravenous Butcher into the Cursed Keeper, you get an Escaped Abomination, which is a 4/3. Not quite as good as the 4/4, but still decent. Elise, early doors, is brilliant. Look at all these 2s that we have. Horror. That's horrible. That's fearsome and horrible, and an extra spider. We also have the wonderful Glimpse Beyond. Now, I'm going to let you into a secret. If you throw out anything at all, with the fearsome keyword, and they block it and they're going to kill it, if you have the 2 mana left over, kill the fearsome unit. You need most of your deaths to come from Fearsome units. Why is that? Okay, this will become a little more clear as the video goes along. But this will draw you 2 cards. This will also draw you Fearsome units. If it's going to die, get something out of it. You're getting 2 cards, end of turn, you're getting a 3rd. That is fantastic. If it doesn't work and it's stopped, if they decide to Mystic Shot it after you try and gain your 2, that's fine. It's still dead. But getting the extra 2 is fantastic. Really fantastic. You can also do it to this geezer to make him a 4/3. But do it to the Fearsomes. Do it to the Fearsomes. The entire deck is based around this card. Now, I had a Greenglade Duo 1-turn kill deck that by turn 6 had like 32 damage, all of it elusive damage. Unblockable, unkillable, just a phenomenally good deck. What we want is we want as many of these guys as we can get on board. When it's summoned, grant all other allied Mistwraiths everywhere +1 power. I want as many Mistwraiths as I can. You will literally, if you can, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get as many as we need to put this thing out. Okay? At the end game, we want as many things being summoned as once that are Mistwraiths, as the all other ones are then going to get +1, +1, +1, +1, and they all spawn at the same time, creating this enormous, gigantic harrowing at the end that most decks, regardless of size, will not be able to hold up against. So this, as I say, this is the key card, the critical part of it. And if any card in this deck brings you a Mistwraith, you play it. You play it. So, Blighted Caretaker, very standard in Shadow Wilds decks. Kill an ally to summon 2 saplings. The saplings are both ethereal. You throw something out, you then, they're challengers. You can toss things across. You can maybe hit for 4 or 5 damage, which is amazing. Elise, I mean, she's fearsome. She's great if she was to level up, which she won't. She becomes challenger and gives all spiders fearsome as well. Callista, C3 allies die. Bing bang bosh. She then gets bonded with the strongest thing that comes out and it takes damage for her. Chronicle of Ruin, exactly the same. Now, why a 3 of? Why a 3 of when we've already got Blighted Caretaker and Ravenous Butcher? Well, here's the thing. You've got a Mistwraith down. It's been hit by a 1/2 or whatever. You then re-kill it with Chronicle of Ruin. Re-kill it. Play an ally, then revive it. It comes back as a 2/2. That is fantastic, because we now have another dead Mistwraith. Kill your Mistwraiths. And at any point, I was about to say the key bit, but we'll not. We'll keep it. In fact, no, let's just say it. Even in your opening hand, keep this. Keep that. Keep that. Because on turn 6, if you have 6 mana and your 3 spell mana, that's 9. And you revive the 6 strongest allies that died this game and grant them all ephemeral. Good night. So that is fantastic as well, because if Callista is dead, Elise is dead, these are all fearsome. So how do we get more fearsomes? Well, this is very, very simple indeed. Wraith Callers. Wraith Callers get you more Mistwraiths. And then you keep the Wraith Caller back and you fire that out. Again, adding +1/+1. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Then the Neverglade Collector, which I'm actually thinking of taking out. I'm actually thinking of taking it out because the one thing I don't have in here at all is this. Summon another Mistwraith. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Okay. There's no way am I playing a Mistwraith deck without the new card in it. Because that is a new card from the Targon expansion, and that now puts us to 43. And with that in mind, I don't think we need the Neverglade Collector. I really don't, because you Blighted Caretaker, you can actually get rid of a Mistwraith just to build them all up. Ooh, that's a lot of 4-drops, though. Can we cut something out? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this completely SI. This is a 100%, because, you know, the Wraithcaller is an allegiance. All of these are an allegiance. We have the Bark Beast and the Butcher and the Horror. So that's Fearsome. That's Fearsome. That's Fearsome. That's Fearsome. That's Fearsome. That summons Fearsome. That'll help off with things. And the Harrowing will literally win you the game. I like this. I like this deck. So much so, I think you could literally play this deck with your eyes closed. And remember that your 9-cost Harrowing can be played at turn 6 as long as you have 3 spare spell mana if you need it. If not, you can still play it turn 7, turn 8, turn 9. All long before Aurelian Soul comes out and long before Diana has went completely bonkers, you've won. And you just climb the ladder real nice and easy. This is my Fearsome Harrowing aggro deck. That is the code, and I'm about to upload this to YouTube, which you've just watched. My name's Seth Holocron. I'm from the Dongers of Runeterra. That'll be in the pinned comments, that deck code, as well as an invite to our Discord. Please come join us. You'd be more than welcome. Hope you enjoyed it, and until the next one, Dongers out.